Looking back at it all, it's tough to watch. The reality star, who got engaged to Kaity Biggar in Monday's Bachelor finale, tells people in this week's issue. As the saying goes, the best laid plans often go awry. That rang true when Bachelor Zach Shallcross enacted a no sex of any kind policy during his fantasy suite dates. He thought the rule would keep things from getting messy with finalists Ariel Frenkel, Gabi Elnicki, and now-fiancée Kaity Biggar. And they did after Shallcross, 26, decided to be intimate with Elnicki, 25, on their overnight date. Looking back at it all, it's tough to watch. Shallcross tells people in this week's issue, "It was the farthest thing from perfect. I was trying to make it as smooth as possible, and in the end it really just bit me in the ass. It bit everyone in the ass. And that's something that I will always remember, but work to get past. Those actions don't define who I am." On the show, Shallcross told Biggar, 28, about how he broke his own rule to be with Elnicki, and it put a damper on their fantasy suite experience. Eventually, they moved past it. "That episode didn't go the way that I thought it was going to," Biggar tells people. "But I think at the end of it, we came out stronger, and that's the only thing I could have wanted at the end of that situation. So it was a hurdle, we got through it, and I'm proud of us for doing that." Shallcross calls the conversation he had with Biggar that day really important to their relationship. "The biggest and most important thing was making sure that she was okay and she was understanding where I was coming from," he says, "but also just growing and mending what had happened and becoming stronger for it." Shallcross owned up to his misstep with other finalists Ariel Frenkel and Gabi Elnicki during Mondays after the final Rose special. Frenkel, 28, told host Jesse Palmer that she learned about Shallcross's decision to go back on his word only when watching last week's episode. "She wanted to know why I wasn't given that same respect as the other women who Zach did tell about breaking his own rule." "You're right," Shallcross admitted. "I should have told you, probably first. I just felt in that moment that I've got to focus on everything I can right now in the moment. And with how that week was set up with having the next date with Gab, there was just a lot of stuff going on in my mind. And I do owe you an apology for not telling you at all, and you found out when the rest of the world did, and that's on me." Later, Elnicki, 25, told Shallcross she felt blindsided by his choice to share the details of their overnight date with Biggar. "We decided that it was going to be between us," Elnicki said to Shallcross. "We said that night. And I remember I was brushing my teeth. You came up behind me. You kissed me on the back of my head. You said, 'This is just between us.' And I said, 'Yes, this is just between us.'" She called the fact that the world knows about her intimate night with Shallcross extremely violating.